Here's the opening kickoff by Rosenbrock, taken by Colby Salisbury across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Tackle was made over there by Hunter Bostrom. Opening kickoff brought to you by Buildings by Design, the experience to complete your project from start to finish. Get the quality you deserve in your building by starting your build project right. Start with Buildings by Design. The quarterback for Lamar is Draven Adame. They'll have it 1st and 10. The official mark is now the 34, so a return of about 25 yards. Kenneth Soto, one of those in the backfield. In fact, they go with 3 backs, and Adame will hand it off to the deep back and very little across the right side. In fact, it's going to be maybe a loss for a yard. That was to Kenneth Soto. Excellent Beat Digger defense there, as the left side of that line was able to hold back Kenneth Soto. No gain. 2nd down and 10 to go. In the middle of that line, Joe Carwin, along with Eligio Cookie Barraza. Also for the Beat Diggers, Tristan Teeter on the outside, Alec Peterson. On the left side, Clay Shaver. 2nd down and 10 for the 34. Adame will hand it off up the middle. Big hole across the 40 to the 41. That is the fullback, Kyle Hicks. Before he's upended by Nico Guzman. Now, Dodo Matos Garcia around the football. It's a gain of 7 for Kyle Hicks. 3rd down and 3 to go for Lamar at their own 41-yard line with a slight breeze on the opening drive of the game. Lamar with a 2 tight end set. 2 in the backfield. Adame now in a shotgun after being under center in the first 2 plays. Awaiting the snap is Adame. He's got the football. He turns. Nobody's there. He'll take off with the football. 1st down across the 45 to the 49. A design fake. It's a gain of 8 before the tackle was made by Zeke Coronado. It looked like a busted play the way that Adame ran it, but it was by design. And a 1st down with the winter months not far away. Make sure your furnace is in good working order. Or when you're thinking of a new furnace, call Bailey Mechanical Heating and Air Conditioning, 522-0471. 1st and 10 for Lamar at their own 49-yard line. 10:15 to go in the opening quarter with no score. Adame's in a shotgun with 3 in the backfield, all right next to each other. And Adame again fakes the handoff, runs to his right, hit at the 49, and then he dives across the 50 to the 49. Clay Shaver made the tackle. It's a gain of 2 for Draven Adame. That'll be 2nd down and 8 to go for Lamar. The Beat Diggers next week will begin conference play on the road against Valley. 9-game season for the Beat Diggers. They've flip-flopped between 9 and 10 games in recent years, but it's been 9 here for a few years. 2nd down and 8 to go for Lamar at the Beat Digger 49-yard line. Lamar will be deceptive with a run and might mix in the occasional pass, but not yet. Adame will hand it off on the left side to Hicks. A big hole across the 45, and then he's upended at the 44 to the 43 as Cookie Barraza made the play along with Rosenbrock and Guzman. But that's a gain of 6 for Kyle Hicks. Now 2 carries for 13 yards. And the Beat Diggers again have got to show up defensively. 3rd down and 2. By far Brush's biggest test of the season. Fort Morgan has really played well of late, winning 3 consecutive games by shutout, but they didn't pose the threat to Brush, at least early on in the game, that Lamar's posing right now. 3rd down and 2 for the 43 of the Beat Diggers. Hicks right behind Adame. The handoff to the deep back, Soto running right. He's going to be hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss of 2 to the 45-yard line. And who made the play? None other than Kyle Rosenbrock. A huge play, and that one took long to develop, trying to sweep it to the right side. Let's see if this is 4-down territory. Nico Guzman back deep to receive. 4th down and 4 for Lamar. And a punt for the Savages is Manuel Gomez, a senior. But you also have to be cognizant of the fake. Adame is the man in between the center and the punter. Gomez standing at his 40. Let's see if this is a direct snap to the punter. It is. And here comes the rush. And he gets it off. A short, fluttering punt. It'll land at the Beat Digger 26-yard line. And get out of the way, Brush. And Rodriguez nearly stepped on it. Did he step on the ball? No. I don't know what Jose Rodriguez was doing there. He was right around the football, but it nearly made contact with a Beat Digger lineman. mean, the object is to get away from the football. So the B-Diggers have it. 7:57 to go in the opening quarter. Starting at their own 26-yard line. Lamar failing to score on their first possession of the game, although they did pick up a first down. B-Diggers starting lineup brought to you by Cargill Beef, committed to feeding the world. Check them out at cargill.com. The quarterback is Matos Garcia under center, handing it off to Rosenbrock across the right side, along the sideline to the 35, still on his feet, and he's driven out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Kyle Rosenbrock with a strong run. And the gain for Rosenbrock is 14 yards, and that's a B-Digger first down. Nothing fancy there, just running behind his blockers and in between the tackles. First down for the B-Diggers at the 40-yard line. Again, under center is Matos Garcia. He's going to hand it off to Rosenbrock. Left side, a big hole across the 45. Cuts it back to the 50-yard line. That's going to be another first down for Rosenbrock. Before the tackle was made, it's a gain of 10. The tackle was made over there by Santana Salazar, a 5'11", 230-pound senior. And Rosenbrock on his first two carries has gained 24 yards. And that's B-Digger football. If they can just run it without throwing the football. Although Randy Dreitz will try to keep this Lamar defense off balance, he'll call that play. First and 10 for Brush, just beyond midfield. 7:33 to go, first quarter. Matos Garcia under center. Rosenbrock is now out of the game. Gutierrez and Cole in the backfield. Handoff right up the gut, and nothing there for Conrad Cole. He was stood up at the line of scrimmage, tackled by Corey Burton, a 6'2", 180-pound senior. Second down and 10 to go for the B-Diggers. Jose Rodriguez along that offensive line with Omar Fierro, Joe Carwin, Tristan Teeter, Randy Woodward, Cookie Barraza, they'll shift in a couple of players. Cole, Alexander, and Guzman are out, and Rosenbrock, one of three B-Diggers, back into the game. On a second down and 10, with the ball at midfield. Rosenbrock is now in the backfield with Mikey Gutierrez. Matos Garcia sends Peterson in motion to the right, and we got a flag. And it is illegal procedure against Brush. The B-Diggers have been a pretty disciplined football team this year. But on that play, a little bit too quick before the snap. So second and 15 now to go for Brush at their own 45-yard line. Quick moving first quarter with all these running plays. Approaching the 6.5-minute mark. From the 45 on their own side of the field. The backs are split. Rosenbrock and Gutierrez. The give on the counter to Gutierrez running right, and he's got maybe a yard. That counter play did not do much for Brush, and he was stood up by Kyle Hicks, playing on both sides of the football. Third down and 14 to go for the B-Diggers. This will be a passing situation, although the B-Diggers have been known on occasion to run a draw, maybe a screen pass, but I don't know if they'll do that this early in the game. Matos Garcia is out. That means that Rosenbrock will be in a shotgun once the B-Diggers line of scrimmage. Third and 14 for the 46-yard line. Gutierrez is the lone setback. Coronado the receiver to the left. To the right, it's Nico Guzman. Rosenbrock is back to throw. Looking. Heaves it up the left side. Coronado's out there. Incomplete off his left hand. He had the defender beaten by a yard, but a little bit too much arm there by Rosenbrock. Fourth and 14, and the B-Diggers will have to punt the ball away. Very close, but like other sports, it's a game of inches. And now Rosenbrock to punt. Back deep to receive is Colby Salisbury for Lamar. Rosenbrock at his own 33-yard line. Lamar trying to get a player off the field. No problem there. Rosenbrock awaits the snap. There it is, and he gets it off. And a beautiful spiraling punt towards the sideline. Bounces at the 8-yard line and rolls into the end zone. We can tell which way the wind is blowing. That's a 54-yard punt, a net of 34. And Lamar, with 5:27 to go in the opening quarter, will start at their own 20-yard line. And right now, early indications are you got to stop that fullback, Kyle Hicks. I mean, Adami's a threat. Soto has done nothing over his first 2 carries. Live in your world and learn in ours at Northeastern. For more information about Northeastern or classes available to you, go to njc.edu. And Northeast Colorado's locally owned hometown savings and loan. Equitable Savings and Loan. Fort Morgan, Sterling and Brush with financial solutions for you. Equitable Savings and Loan. 1st and 10 for Lamar. At their own 20-yard line. 3 in the backfield. Adami turns, hands it off on the counter, left side, and a small hole as Rosenbrock and another bead digger able to stand up the ball carrier. And on the far side, Maltos Garcia was able to make the tackle on Hunter Sneller. And the gain is 2 to the 22. 2nd down and 8 to go for the Savages. Yeah, they don't spread out at all. No receivers in on any of these formations. Run, run, and run. Lamar's playing smash mouth football, at least attempting to. 2nd down and 8. Adami out of his shotgun. Will hand it off to the deep back, and that's going to be a loss and maybe a fumble. I think the Beat Diggers got this fumble, and they're pointing to that direction. And yes, it was fumbled over there, and Alec Peterson has picked up the football. Looked like the snap went to Hicks. And the Beat Diggers have the ball at the 21-yard line of Lamar. As Peterson recovered the football. You can hear that wind kick up with 4:38 to go before the break. Now time for the Beat Diggers to take advantage. And I believe we've had a timeout called by Lamar. We'll keep it right here as Brush will have the football for the 2nd time. Well, one thing is evident. You see a number of fakes on some of these plays that Lamar runs. And if you don't execute that fake well, the ball can turn loose. And in this way, the Beat Diggers can benefit. They just did when the ball was fumbled into Alec Peterson's hands. So after that brief stoppage in play, 1st and 10 for Brush at the Lamar 21, looking for the first score of the game. And again, follow us on Facebook at 1010 KSIR Sports. And on Twitter at KSIR Sports. 1st and 10, Matos Garcia under center at the 21. He'll hand it off to Rosenbrock, running left across the 15-yard line. He pulls his way to the 14, maybe the 13, before the tackle was made by Corey Burton. It's a gain of 7 for the guy they refer to as the Kyle. I found that out 8 days ago. 2nd down and 3 to go for the Beat Diggers at the 14-yard line. The receiver to the right is Cameron Alexander. Once again, Matos Garcia is under center. The backs are split. Matos Garcia on the handoff to Rosenbrock, right up the middle. He lowers his head and pulls his way for a 1st down across the 10. They'll give him the 9. It's a gain of 5. Rosenbrock up to 36 yards. Zach Kane made the tackle. Beat Diggers looking to break through early with 1st and goal at the 9. Let's see, is it going to be Rosenbrock all the time here? Why not? He's been effective. Rosenbrock and Gutierrez again in the backfield. Now they're split after being in the eye. Matos Garcia hands it off to Rosenbrock, running off right tackle. And that time he's swallowed up after about a 2, maybe 3-yard gain. They'll give him 3 to the 6. The hit was made by Ray Lira. 2nd down and goal to go for the Beat Diggers. With a football, well, wow, they've advanced the ball to the 5. Give them 4 yards. Even better for Brush. 4th play of this short drive coming up that the Beat Diggers hope to cap off with a touchdown with just over 3 minutes to go before the end of the first quarter. On 2nd and goal, is it going to be Rosenbrock again? And we've got another whistle. Did the Beat Diggers move? They did. A legal procedure for the 2nd time in the game. I don't know what's happening there. But it's already happened twice in the opening quarter, and Randy Dreitz is 3 to 4 steps out into the field. Obviously not happy about that development. Also a special hello to Julie Snook and Jen Goodall listening as well. I didn't want to leave them out because we have a lot of Beat Digger fans, but if I don't get those two names in, I'll be in serious trouble. 2nd and goal with a football at the 10. Rosenbrock is in a shotgun. Rosenbrock rolling to his right, looking to throws towards the end zone. It's caught by Alexander towards the 1-yard line. He's driven back at about the 3. They're not going to give him that momentum. Pickup of 7 on the completion from Rosenbrock to Alexander. It'll be 3rd and goal at the 3. The receiver to the left once again is Alexander. Matos Garcia is under center. Oh, you'd think this has got to go to Rosenbrock on 3rd and goal. Handoff Rosenbrock left side. They're coming on a blitz, and it paid off for Lamar. They got Rosenbrock pretty much at the line of scrimmage. A couple of Savages in on the play, including Evan Beard. 4th and goal from the 3. If that was taken to the outside, there was no way they were going to stop it. But on a blitz and running in between the tackles, it was a perfect read by Lamar. The Beat Diggers will go for it with 1:33 to go in the opening quarter. This drive started at the Lamar 21, so they haven't traveled far. But you either get into the end zone or you place the Savages in terrible field position. Matos Garcia is under center. They've also run a bootleg out of this, and it'll be a handoff left side. Gutierrez, touchdown! Off left tackle for Mikey Gutierrez on 4th and goal from the 3, and the Beat Diggers jump out on top. 6-0 in Lamar. I think they were waiting for Rosenbrock to get the ball, or maybe a bootleg, but it was Mikey G with a TD. And here comes the extra point to be attempted by Jaron Peterson off the hold of baby Matos Garcia. Peterson setting up his steps. Awaiting the snap is Matos Garcia. It's a low one, but he gets it down. The kick is up, and that's inside the left upright and off the left upright and good. 1:15 to go opening quarter in Lamar. Brush 7, Lamar nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Rosenbrock to kick it off towards the sideline. Might be headed out of bounds. Bounces at the 5, and no, it rolls into the end zone. Kyle Rosenbrock with an outstanding kickoff. Haven't seen that this year, because that's not easy to do, but he's got the benefit of the wind at his back. The Beat Diggers with a 7-0 lead on a 3-yard run on 4th and goal from Mikey Gutierrez. Even though it's just a 21-yard drive, Beat Diggers needed 6 plays in 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Lamar starts from their own 20. Draven Adami this time is under center. On 1st and 10, there's the handoff to the deep back, running right and back towards the middle. That might be Hicks for virtually nothing, maybe a yard. Nope, check that. That's Soto. Bottled up there by Shaver and Barraza along with Rosenbrock. 2nd down and 9, and Soto's had a tough time. 3 carries for -1 yard. First Beat Digger score of the game brought to you by MMI International. Your operation deserves the best, and when buying a mixer or feeder truck, compare the MMI design, craftsmanship, and service. MMI International, 842-5161. 2nd down and 9 for Lamar at their own 21-yard line. Beat Diggers lead 7-0. Adame is going to head off to Soto. Nope, he's going to throw. Nice fake, and it's off the left hand of Salisbury. No Beat Digger around Salisbury on that pass out in the right flat, although Cole and Alexander were closing. It's incomplete. 3rd down and 9 to go for Lamar. That was the first pass thrown by Adame, and hopefully many more, which means that the Savages will be trailing in this game, and it'll be in 3rd and long, or maybe even 4th and long. Salisbury is the receiver to the left, the lone receiver in this formation. 3rd down and 9 from the 21. Adami's in a shotgun this time. Hicks is the lone setback. 3-step drop, now dropping deeper. Here comes the pressure, steps up, and Adami's going to be hit and sacked at the 16-yard line. Peterson was able to throw him down and make the play along with Andrew Guzman. Loss of 4. So it'll be 4th down and 13 to go for Lamar. And that's the end of the opening quarter with the score. Brush 7, Lamar nothing. This is 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Beat Diggers lead the Savages of Lamar, and Lamar 7-0. John Beltran back with you. Manuel Gomez standing at the 1-yard line, his own 1 to punt on 4th and 13 for the Savages. The Beat Diggers scored on a 3-yard run by Mikey Gutierrez. Nico Guzman standing at his own 45, a snap that barely got to the punter, and he gets it off a great punt by Gomez. Hits at the 47, takes a huge Lamar roll to the Beat Digger 38-yard line. A punt of 45 yards with a roll by Manuel Gomez, but the Beat Diggers still have some good field position to open up the second quarter as they'll begin at the 37. Their first possession ended in a punt. Beat Digger defense playing better on that second possession, or the third, I should say, by Lamar than in the first. Lamar fumbled. That Kyle Hicks fumble set up the Gutierrez touchdown. This has been a big play Brush offense so far this season, but today it's been a few yards in a cloud of dust. Out of the shotgun is Kyle Rosenbrock. Receiver split to the left and right. Rosenbrock is back to throw, looking, heaving it deep up the right side. Coronado's out there. He caught it! Coronado tipped it to himself inside the 35 to the 33. That's a gain of 29 and a Beat Digger first down in the pass from Rosenbrock to Zeke Coronado. Had the defender beaten, not by much. And beautiful touch there by Kyle Rosenbrock. So it's 1st and 10 at the Lamar 33-yard line. Again, out of a shotgun, Coronado and Peterson, the receivers to the left. Guzman to the right. One setback, that's Mikey Gutierrez. Rosenbrock will keep it himself, running to his left, inside the 30, along the left sideline to the 20. He's got room to the 10. Goodbye, Kyle Rosenbrock. Hello, touchdown. 33 yards out for Rosenbrock. There is a flag down, though. Let's see if it's coming back. Part of it might be coming back. Yep. It's going to be a hold against Brush. Part of it will be coming back, so no touchdown. But the penalty flag is at the 21-yard line. So they might give Rosenbrock some yardage here. Oh, and he had a lot of speed. They didn't need that hold. But you never need a hold when your premier player is loose. So they'll mark it back to the 31. So it's essentially a 12-yard gain and a 10-yard penalty for Rosenbrock, which means it's a 1st and 8. Rosenbrock now with 52 yards on 8 carries. 1st and 8 from the 31. The Beat Diggers up 7-0. 11:16 to go in the opening half. Rosenbrock is out of a shotgun with Gutierrez right behind him. Awaits the snap. Rosenbrock will hand it off to Gutierrez up the middle inside the 30, and then he's trying to break tackles, but Lamar's all over him. Took about 3 Savages to bring him down. At the 29-yard line, a gain of 2. Tanner Christ and Santana Salazar were 2 of the players in there. Only 6 yards on 3 carries for Mikey G, but he does have a touchdown in this game. 2nd down and 6 to go from the 29. Peterson and Alexander to the right. Guzman to the left out of a shotgun. Peterson in motion to the left. Will he get the handoff? And he will. Running along the sideline inside the 25. He might have a first down as he lunges his way to the 21-yard line before the hit was made by Kenneth Soto. It's a gain of 5 and a brush Bee Digger first down by Alec Peterson. A lot of speed there shown by the Bee Digger senior. You need your vehicle and farm equipment to be in top shape, so make sure you take care of them by purchasing the best quality parts at great prices at your local Napa store, Central Auto Parts in Fort Morgan. In that pistol formation, 1st and 10 for the Lamar 21-yard line. Out of a shotgun, Rosenbrock to throw to his right, called by Peterson underneath at the 18-yard line, breaks out of a tackle inside the 15. That should be a first down to about the 10 before he's dragged down from behind. A gain of 11, and the tackle was made by Hunter Sneller. And now Rosenbrock has completed his last 3 passes for 47 yards as the Bee Diggers open up this offense even more on the Savages, coming up the 6th play of the drive. Looks like that's going to be a 1st and goal. The nose of the football's at the 10. In the backfield is Gutierrez. Out of a shotgun is Rosenbrock. Gets the snap, and Rosenbrock will keep it himself, running off left tackle and taking it to the outside inside the 5. Rosenbrock's going to score. Wow, a couple of fakes here and there for Rosenbrock. This time there are no flags as the Bee Diggers grab a 13-0 lead on Rosenbrock's 10-yard run. And I wasn't sure what he was going to do there. Rosenbrock holds that football as long as he can inside of the gut there, or against the gut of Mikey Gutierrez. And the Lamar defense had to freeze. But Rosenbrock was able to score on a 2-minute and 3-second drive, covering 63 yards. The big play, that 29-yard pass to Coronado. Here comes the extra point by Jaron Peterson. Off the hold of Baby. And now we got another flag. Let's see if this is against Brush. Offsides. Brush. So they lined up offsides on that occasion. And now it's going to be a longer extra point for the Bee Diggers. But Peterson has got the leg, even though he's kicking against the wind. It's a fairly stiff wind. Very stiff wind here. That is turned up in Lamar. This will turn into about a 23-yard extra point for Jaron Peterson. The snap, the hold, the kick. It is up inside the right upright. It's good. 9:46 to go, second quarter. Brush 14, Lamar nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 6 plays, 63 yards in 2 minutes and 3 seconds. Rosenbrock scores from 10 yards out, 14-0 Brush. Here's Rosenbrock's very short kick, fielded at the 28-yard line, running to his right to the 30, across the 35, and stood up at the 37. Is Lamar's Braden Forty, a junior. Alec Peterson made the tackle along with Mikey Gutierrez and Arnoldo Matos Garcia. We've got 9:37 to go, second quarter. And the Bee Diggers now holding a 2-touchdown lead in Lamar against the 6th-ranked Savages. Both teams are 3-0 coming in. The Bee Diggers are 3-0 in this series. And all are playoff victories. Also Lamar from the 38. As the football, Adame under center this time. He's rotated between being in a shotgun and being under center. On first down, Adame fumbles the football, and then he picks it back up, and he falls on it. Again, confusion. Was it supposed to be a fake or a handoff? Apparently, supposed to be a handoff, and it was not handled. So loss of 2. Back to the 36-yard line, second down and 12. And Lamar trying to find their offensive game right now, and the Bee Diggers are not letting them do anything with it. Lamar right now has 10 yards of total offense. Well, I'll recalculate that. There's the handoff to Hicks. He jumps over a Bee Digger across the 36 to the 39-yard line. Middle of the defensive line in on the play. Rosenbrock makes the tackle. It's a gain of 3. 3rd down and 9 to go. Yeah, let's recalculate that. I think I was off there. Yeah, 20 yards of total offense. I knew it was a little bit too small when I gave a much lower number. 3rd down and 9 for Lamar at their own 39-yard line. Trailing 14-0 with 8:19 to go in the second quarter. Out of a shotgun is Adame. Well, they throw the football. Adame is going to hand it off on the left side and slipping in the backfield and being thrown for a loss as a flag is thrown. A late flag. That was Hunter Sneller with the carry. Now let's see what the flag is all about. Are they calling a face mask against Brush? I certainly didn't know a hold against Lamar. I thought I saw the back official indicate that, but the B-Diggers obviously will decline that. It'll be a loss of 4 on the play as Sneller just lost his footing. And, I mean, I don't care how stubborn Lamar is going to be. It's ridiculous on these 3rd and longs if you're not willing to throw the ball against the number 1 ranked team here in 2A. Lamar can run the ball, but this Brush team is awfully good. And you're just going to make it easy for the B-Diggers if you're not going to throw on 3rd and long. Now it's 4th and 12. They might have to pull off some sort of fake to throw the B-Diggers off balance. And the B-Diggers have 10 up on the line of scrimmage, so got to watch out in case the snap goes to Adame. He could run a long way if it's a fake. And the snap is going to go to the punter, Gomez. Here comes the rush. He gets it off. A spiraling punt. Drops at the 35-yard line, and Guzman picks it up at the 25. Running to his left, breaking a tackle at the 25-yard line. At the 30, across the 40 is Guzman, and spinning out of a tackle there at the 43, a return of 18 before he's brought down. Guzman doing some tricks over there. I didn't think he was going to be able to escape that Lamar Savage. Instead, Draven Adame made the tackle. And the B-Diggers, with just over 7.5 to go before halftime, have outstanding field position at the 43-yard line. Only thing Brush has done wrong in this game is commit some penalties. Got 3 penalties for 15 yards, 1 on an extra point. That didn't matter because they were able to convert. 1st and 10, the B-Diggers with a football at their own 43. Maltos Garcia is one of the 2 receivers to the right. Rosenbrock is in a shotgun. Rosenbrock is going to hand the football off to Gutierrez. A big hole across the 50 to the 48. It's a gain of close to 9 for Mikey Gutierrez, and the tackle was made by Santana Salazar. The official gain is going to be 8 for Mikey G. Gutierrez now up to 14 yards on 4 carries. 2nd down and 2 just inside the Lamar 49. Rosenbrock again out of a shotgun. Has got the football. Rosenbrock will hand it off. That's going to be a 1st down to Gutierrez across right tackle. To the 46, maybe the 45. Tripped up over there by Ray Lira and Miguel Morales, also with some penetration. It's another 1st down for the B-Diggers. The official gain is 4 yards for the senior, Mikey Gutierrez. The B-Diggers have thrown the football 4 times. Rosenbrock is 3 out of 4 for 47 yards. The big one, a 29-yarder to Zeke Coronado. Rosenbrock again out of a shotgun. 1st and 10 from the Lamar 45. Rosenbrock is back to throw. Looking, heaves it up the left side, and that pass is going to be incomplete. Intended for Peterson, well defended at the 20-yard line by Sneller. 2nd down and 10 to go for the B-Diggers. A 3-yard Mikey Gutierrez touchdown, followed by a 10-yarder by Kyle Rosenbrock. Has given Brush this 14-0 lead. High Plains Bank offers a wide variety of products that can be customized to fit your individual needs. See what over a century of customer service can do for you at High Plains Bank in Wiggins. 2nd down and 10. In motion to the left is Shaver. Rosenbrock, quick drop, looking, throwing over the middle. The pass is incomplete. At the 35-yard line, it was a little bit too tall for Clay Shaver. 3rd down and 10 to go for Brush. Not automatically a passing situation. They're in Lamar territory. I mean, You figure if they can pick up half the yardage, they might go for it on a 4th and 5, but you do have a 14-point lead. You don't want to automatically give up field position. From the 45, Shaver in motion to the left. Rosenbrock, a 3-step drop, throwing over the middle. The pass is incomplete. It was tipped. Intended receiver was Guzman. Tipped prior to that by Kyle Hicks. 4th down. Now, do you play the field position game up by 14? When was the last time you saw the Beat Diggers throw the ball 3 consecutive times? It happened there. That hopefully will set up some running plays down the line where Lamar now has to be aware of the pass. Salisbury is back to receive at his own 10. Rosenbrock to punt at his own 40-yard line. Rosenbrock awaits the snap. A light rush. He gets it off the side of his foot, but it's going to travel quite a bit inside the 20 towards the 16. Picked up and bobbled, and Salisbury is then tackled at the 21 by Nico Guzman. Got to watch out over there. Nearly a late hit. And Lamar will have the football at their own 21-yard line. With 6:13 to go in the second quarter, the Beat Diggers are leading by a score of 14-0. And what's Lamar going to do? They're going to throw the football. Even on 3rd and long. They're 0 for 1 here as Adami. Stop, shop, and save on all your grocery needs and snacks for game time enjoyment. The Brush Grocery Cart. You can also pay your public service bill and access Western Union. Brush Grocery Cart, 1302 West Edison Street in Brush. And they fumbled the ball twice, and the Beat Diggers have recovered one of those fumbles. But again, this is essentially a no wide receiver set with 3 in the backfield. 1st and 10 for Lamar at their own 20. Adami back to throw. Pressure coming. Throws, and that pass is going to be caught. Oh, a diving reception at the 35 to his right. An outstanding play by Braden Forney. And it's a 1st down for the Savages. A gain of 16 as they'll give them the 36. Well, that's the momentum that Lamar's looking for right now. First and 10 from their own 36. The Beat Diggers nearly had them. That could set up the run pretty nicely for the Savages. Adami is going to keep it himself, run to his left. He's running out of room. He's going to be breaking out of a tackle. He'll pick up a yard, maybe 2. Oh, he's going to get a bad spot. The Beat Diggers were able to bring him down right at the 36. Guzman, Gutierrez, and Matos Garcia, no gain. Looked like he lunged ahead. The Lamar fans don't like that at all. I mean, he was driven back, but there appeared to be some forward momentum. 2nd down and 10 to go for Lamar at their own 36-yard line. We've got 5:18 to go, second quarter. Follow us on Twitter at KSIR Sports and Facebook at our 1010 KSIR Sports page. From the 36, 2nd down and 10. Adami's out of a shotgun. Man in motion to the right. And Adami's going to hand it off to Hicks, running off right tackle. He's got a yard. That's it. The Beat Diggers there, true to the test, and getting very low was Mikey Gutierrez to make the hit at the 37. 3rd down and 9 to go for Lamar at their own 37. Beat Diggers will have at least one more possession before the halftime break, unless Lamar just picks up this 1st down and controls the football. And the Beat Diggers did defer to begin the game. And now we've got a Lamar timeout. We'll take it with them. 4:24 to go, second quarter. Brush 14, Lamar nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran back at Lamar. 3rd and 9 for the Savages at their own 37. Adami with a 5-step drop. Here comes pressure. Peterson's got it. Peterson brings him down at the 33. A sack for Alec Peterson coming on a blitz. Forward momentum to the 34, a loss of 3. 4th down and 12 to go for Lamar. Nobody was open, as the Beat Diggers did a nice job downfield with coverage. And Manuel Gomez will now have to punt the ball away. Guzman back deep to receive it his 30-yard line. Outstanding softball game today between the Bead Diggers and Sterling Tigers. Unfortunately, the Bead Diggers lost that one 3-2. An end-over-end punt. It's going to bounce at the 34-yard line of Brush and take a nice Lamar roll inside the 30 to the 26. Punt of 40 yards. But with 3.5 to go before the break, and the Bead Diggers up 14-0. They've got it 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. Keep in mind, we'll have video highlights coming up probably sometime tomorrow on our KSIR B106 channel on YouTube. We try to give you as much value added as possible other than just listening to the game live. 1st and 10 for the Bead Diggers at the 26. They threw 3 consecutive passes to cap off their last possession. Don't see that coming right now, especially since they're against the wind. But Rosenbrock is in a shotgun. Rosenbrock has the football, take off right up the middle, and he dives towards the 30-yard line, a simple quarterback keeper. Tackle was made by Miguel Morales, but it was pretty effective, a gain of 5 for Rosenbrock. His 10th carry now for 67 yards. 2nd and 5, and the Bead Diggers are not in any hurry, considering that if they don't get a first down, they'll leave Lamar with just 2 timeouts and a limited amount of time. Alexander's the receiver to the left. This time Maltos Garcia is under center. Backs are split, handoff, Rosenbrock off of left tackle, first down. He's got a hole across the 45, along the left sideline to the 50, and he's knocked out of bounds. That's Kyle Rosenbrock once again, this time out of the backfield to give him 24 yards. And a Brush Bead Diggers first down as the clock is stopped, and now Rosenbrock is up to 91 yards in the opening half against the 6th-ranked team in Class 2A. And now the Bead Diggers kept that play out of the middle of the field, at least towards the end. They've conserved some time. 1st and 10 from the Lamar 45. Again, Rosenbrock in the backfield with Mikey Gutierrez. Matos Garcia will hand it off to Rosenbrock right up the middle, across the 35, up the right sideline to the 30, 1 to beat at the 15, back to the outside to the 10. Nope, check that. He didn't get that far, but it's still a first down for Rosenbrock just inside the 15, and Kyle continues to run hard. They're going to give him the 15-yard line, a gain of 30. And now Rosenbrock is well over 100 yards. Rosenbrock now at 121 for the game on 12 carries. And nothing fancy about that run. 1st and 10 from the 15. The Bead Diggers are looking to extend a 14-0 advantage. Again, same formation, 1 receiver to the left. And this time, Rosenbrock is out. Gutierrez and Cole are in the backfield. Matos Garcia will hand it off to Gutierrez, running right. Tries to slip out of a tackle, and he lunges to the 12. Hunter Sneller makes the tackle. It's a gain of 3 for Mikey Gutierrez. And we are under 2 minutes to go in the opening half, with the ball just inside the 12 of Lamar. And the Bead Diggers in control right now. Nico Guzman will send in the play. This is coming in a little bit late. We'll find out if that affects the play clock. If it does, Randy Dreitz might have to call timeout because it's coming in pretty late, and the back judge looking up at the clock there. He's going to start counting down on 2nd down and 7 from the 12. Matos Garcia is going to hand it off to Gutierrez, running left, inside the 10 to the 5, cuts it back towards the end zone, and is he in? And he is in! Touchdown for Mikey Gutierrez, his 2nd touchdown of the game. This one from 12 yards out, and Brush now leads Lamar 20-0. That's a 2-minute and 10-second drive for the Bead Diggers. They leave 80 seconds for Lamar to counter. Now the extra point to be attempted by Jaron Peterson. Off the hold. of baby Matos Garcia. And now we got a whistle. Is that going to be a delay of game? Nope. Procedure again against the Bee Diggers. Well, Bee Diggers are doing it the hard way on these extra points. Gutierrez is 2 of his 7 carries go for touchdowns so far in this one. And the extra point is up and good from Jaron Peterson. He boomed that one. 1:20 to go before the break. Brush 21, Lamar nothing. This is 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Zeke Coronado to kick it off. Fielded at the 20 by Salisbury. Running to his right across the 30. And a couple of Bee Diggers are there, including Cole and Matos Garcia, to knock him out of bounds at about the 39. A return of 19. Lamar with pretty good field position. A couple of timeouts remaining. With 73 seconds to go in the opening half. Lamar's committed the game's only turnover, and that cost them because the Bee Diggers capitalized on a 3-yard touchdown run by Gutierrez, who scored 2 in this game. The Savages in the opening half threw the football twice. Adami completed one to Braden Forney, and they might have to throw it out of this situation here because they're not just because they're down by 21, but because there's not a ton of time left. Out of a shotgun is Adami. Now we've got a flag. Delay of game against Lamar. That's their first penalty. Their other one was nullified by the Bee Diggers, who chose not to accept it. That'll further complicate the situation. 1st and 15 for the 34. Adami for the shotgun at his own 30-yard line. Awaits the snap. 5-step drop. Looking to set up maybe a screen. Pressure coming. Throws deep up the right side. It is caught at the 45. That is caught by Miguel Morales. And a first down. It's a gain of 21. You might think about that passing game a little bit more if Adami's that effective. Quickly up to the line of scrimmage. The clock restarts. 1:03 to go before the break. Adami out of his shotgun. Back to throw a deep drop. About 7-step drop. Deep up the middle. That pass might be picked off. And it looks like it is. No, it's caught. They're going to say caught. How did they give that to the receiver? Cameron Alexander came down with a football. They're going to say it was actually caught? Oh, no. That's no way. Are they going to say that was caught? Because Braden Forney had it, but Alexander came away with it. A pickup of 31. Well, I have not seen that. I mean, that was not stolen away. That was 2 players wrestling for the football, and they've given it to Forney, a first down, a gain of now officially 32. That is puzzling because they both had the football. And then when they came down, Alexander clearly had it, and the official yet pointed towards the Lamar side that it was a first down and that it was a reception instead of an interception. And that's given Lamar some life here. First down at the Bee Digger 13. Great coverage by Alexander, but in my mind that was clearly an INT. Now let's see if Brush can make a big defensive play. You don't want the Savages to creep a little bit closer or just to get on the board for the first time. Now they can run the football. They've got only 1 timeout remaining after taking one. That was not a Bee Digger timeout. 55.2 seconds to go. Adami's out of a shotgun on 1st and 10. Again, dropping, looking, rolling to his left, looking to roll out of pressure. There's a flag down to the 15-yard line as Adami tries to shake out of a tackle and knocked out of bounds by Matos Garcia at about the 12. Let's see if that's going to be holding on Lamar. The officials are discussing that at the 16-yard line, and that flag is well behind the line of scrimmage. But no indication yet. Yeah, if you're the Bee Diggers, you take the penalty, not the play. with 47.4 seconds to go. Oh, that's going to be a huge holding penalty. I still haven't seen the indication, I should say. There you go. Finally, they're walking it off before they indicate. That'll amount to a 15-yard penalty because it took place behind the line of scrimmage. Now for Lamar, it's 1st and 25 at the Beet Digger 28. And the clock is frozen there at 47.4 seconds to go. That might have eliminated the option of running the football. From the 28, Adami, quick drop. Pressure is coming up the right side, and he's going to throw as he's been hit, and the pass is incomplete. Right inside the pylon, Kenneth Soto had the defender beat, and he dropped the football at the goal line. Thrown a little bit behind him, 2nd down, and 25 to go. The Beet Diggers got a big break there. That could have been a touchdown. Yeah, it was not the best throw, but certainly catchable. If he catches that ball just inside the pylon, it would have been a touchdown. Now let's see if the Beet Diggers can capitalize on that break. 2nd down and 25 for the Brush 28. 40.9 seconds to go before the break. Brush leads Lamar 21-0. Kyle Hicks is the lone setback. Adami for the shotguns. Got the football. Looks to his left. 5-step drop. Throws a screen out to his right. Caught! And then dropping him right there is going to be Clay Shaver. Thrown for a big loss at the 33. A loss of 5. And now let's see if Lamar takes their final timeout. They do with 28.9 seconds to go. Yeah, the problem with the screen, it was not very well disguised. And the Beet Diggers read it perfectly. And now it is 3rd down and a mile to go. 3rd down and 30. With a ball on the 33. Beet Diggers have not used a timeout, won't use one here before the end of the second quarter. Willow Coffee, Tea, and Smoothies and G Sweets Bakery is your perfect combination. Open 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and Saturday 7 until 4. Stop by and see them, 921 Edison Street in Brush. Willow Coffee, Tea, and Smoothies and G Sweets Bakery. And accidents and illness can strike at any time, day or night, and every second counts at Colorado Plains Medical Center. As a Level 3 trauma center, Colorado Plains Medical Center is ready to handle any type of emergency. Colorado Plains Medical Center. 3rd down and 30 for Lamar at the Brush 33-yard line. 28.9 seconds to go, second quarter. And the Beet Diggers lead 21-0. 2 touchdowns from Mikey Gutierrez, sandwiched around 1 by Kyle Rosenbrock. 1 receiver out to the left, 2 to the right. Obvious passing situation for Lamar. 2 plays to make 30 yards, at least for the first down. Adame's back to throw. Pressure coming up the middle. Throws to his right, and it's caught underneath at the 30-yard line. Mikey Gutierrez makes the tackle, and that is Hunter Sneller. They'll give him the 29. It's a gain of 4, but the clock continues to roll, and Lamar's got to get up to the line of scrimmage as it is 4th and 26. 6 seconds to go. They get the play off on 4th down. Final play of the half. Adami steps up. He's going to take off with the football at the 25. Breaks out of a tackle along the left side at the 20. He's down at the 17-yard line. A gain of 12. And that is the end of the opening half with the score. Brush 21, Lamar nothing. You are listening to Brush Beet Digger Football right here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Beet Diggers lead the Lamar Savages 21-0 as we head to the third quarter. I'm John Beltran, live from Lamar, as Brush will receive the third quarter kickoff. Brush outgaining Lamar 205-96 in the opening half. Brush's closest margin of victory was in the opening game against Fort Morgan, a 32-point win, 35-3. Right now up by 21, and certainly looking to extend that with their first drive of the second half. Yeah, the only thing the Beet Diggers have really got to be concerned about based on what happened in the first half, unnecessary penalties, and those were all 5-yarders, and the passing game that Lamar all of a sudden demonstrated late in the opening half. That was quite a surprise. Although it looked like Cameron Alexander came through with an interception, it was ruled a reception when two players going to the ground were wrestling with a football, and Alexander clearly came away with it, but the offensive player was awarded the reception. Manuel Gomez to kick it off for Lamar. Nico Guzman is back deep to receive. And this will be against the wind, so Brush, they could easily have field position at the very least at their own 30, which is not bad. So here comes Gomez up to the football. And the second half is underway. It's an onside kick. It is fielded there at the 41 by Aaron Williams. Nice job by Aaron Williams waiting for the true hop. And he was able to field it. He is a baseball player, and he treated that like a ground ball. Now the Bay Diggers have even better field position than they might have anticipated going into the third quarter. He fell back a little bit, so let's place the football there, according to the official, at the 40-yard line. It's only 60 yards away from the land of no hash marks for Brush. Matos Garcia is under center. And he's going to hand it off to Rosenbrock, running off left tackle. He's down at the 42. Gain of only 2 for Rosenbrock. Santana Salazar made the tackle. Rosenbrock had 121 yards in the opening half. That was his 13th carry, second down and 8 to go for the 42. And the Bee Diggers, knowing it's a hot day, which Coach Dreitz addressed during Bee Digger Blastoff, will take their time. They don't need a quick offense in terms of time between plays. Rosenbrock remains in the backfield with Gutierrez. Second down and 8. Matos Garcia is under center. There's the give on the counter to Gutierrez, trying to spin up the tackle. He does at the 45, and then he's grabbed around the ankles at the 47 by Draven Adami. It's a pickup of 5 for Mikey G. So the Bay Diggers will call it third down and 3. At their own 47. Well, this one smells of Kyle Rosenbrock doing something with the football. Matos Garcia still in there, but he might be in there as a receiver. Nope. He'll be under center. Third and 3 on the 47. I think everybody knows it's going to go to Rosenbrock, but let's see if the Bee Diggers do run that play. And this will be a bootleg right. Matos Garcia running out of room, spins, and he's going to be down at the line of scrimmage. Lamar read that perfectly. There's a late flag on the play. Matos Garcia is down, getting up slowly, but no gain. And it's going against Lamar, a face mask, and that's the reason that he was taken down so quickly, besides the fact there were Savages there, but they grabbed him too high. Automatic first down. Not automatic, I should say. Enough yardage for the first down. Only a 5-yard variety. So Brush catches a break. First and 10 for the Lamar 48-yard line. The Savages needed a stop on Brush's first drive, and now they're not going to get it, at least not right now. On first and 10, Baby under center once again, with Rosenbrock and Gutierrez in the backfield. There's the handoff on the counter to Gutierrez, jitterbugging his way, and then he slips at the 47, a gain of 1. The penetration by Zach Kane. Second down and 9 to go for the Bee Diggers. Under 10 minutes to go, third quarter, with the Bee Diggers in the lead 21-0 against the 6th-ranked team in 2A. And Lamar's got a pretty full crowd here. On second down, one receiver to the left, that's Alec Peterson. And again, Matos Garcia is under center. And there's the give to Rosenbrock off right tackle, then swings it to the outside, breaking a tackle along the right sideline to the 35, still on his feet, and then he's dragged out of bounds. First down for Rosenbrock. Omar Fierro's down and getting up slowly. He's inside the 25 to the 24 is Kyle. But another big gainer for the Bee Diggers. Let's see, they'll get the 24. It's a gain of 23 yards for Kyle Rosenbrock. He's up to 146 in the game on 14 carries. He's not automatic, but it seems like he is. And he's one of these rare players. He could be first team All-State on offense and defense before the season's over. 1st and 10 for Brush at the Lamar 24-yard line. Again, up to the line of scrimmage. Play clock is at 3. They better get off the snap. And there's a delay of game. Just a little bit too tardy. And the Bee Diggers have committed their 5th penalty of the game. Luckily, all these are 5-yarders. Now the mark will be about the 28.5. That's almost closer to the 29, but either way, 1st and 15. To go for the Bee Diggers. 9:25 to go, third quarter. Brush 21, Lamar nothing. And there's the give it a big hole to Rosenbrock, right up the gut inside the 25. And Rosenbrock is tackled at the 20 by Kenneth Soto. A gain of 9 for Rosenbrock. Now up to 155 is Kyle Rosenbrock. And all of a sudden, a 1st and 15 becomes a 2nd and 6. With a ball just shy of the 20. Brush has held the football for over 3 minutes to begin the second half. And they're nearly in the red zone. Again, the play clock running down. Matos Garcia up to the line of scrimmage. Has the snap. Pitches right to Gutierrez. Following a block. Swings to the outside. Inside the 20. And then it looks like he might have been dragged out of bounds, and he was. That'll stop the clock with 8:37 to go at the 18-yard line. A gain of 2 for Gutierrez. 2nd down and 8 to go for Brush. That's the only bad news. You get out of bounds, it stops the clock, and it doesn't restart like it does in college and in the NFL. And the clock right now is the Bee Diggers' friend, as they say. Or as I just said. 2nd down and 8 to go for the 18. Peterson is the receiver to the left. Nico Guzman on the inside slot. In motion to the right is Guzman. And there's the handoff to Rosenbrock off right tackle. And he dives his way to the 15. Before the tackle is made, it's a gain of 3. And the hit was made over there on the right side by Michael Johnson. For Rosenbrock and the Bee Diggers, 3rd down and 5 to go. Well, pretty obvious now it's 4-down territory for Brush. Rosenbrock remains in the backfield. Matos Garcia, I believe, is taking the majority of the snaps. On 3rd down and 5. And Matos Garcia, a quarterback keeper, he pushes the pile, and, well, they're going to stop his momentum at the 13. Looks like could have gotten to the 12, but he tried to fool the defense, and he was stood up for a gain of 2. That's his first carry of the game because the other one was that face mask. All right, now what will the Bee Diggers do on the 9th play of the drive? Pretty obvious here. They'll go for it. On 4th down. Oh, check it. Oh, they did pick up the 1st. My bad. All right, they got enough for the 1st down. All right, I guess the down and distance, I had it wrong from here. 1st and 10 for the 13. All right, let's just correct all that. Bee Diggers maintained possession of the football. That's right, the original line of scrimmage was that 24-yard line. There's the handoff on the right side to Gutierrez, and he's swallowed up in the backfield. So that's why Matos Garcia obviously did the quarterback keeper. Instead of 5 yards to gain, he had about 3. And now the Bee Diggers must have run the wrong play, and Randy Dreitz is out there because they've taken their first time out of the game. Brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Let the State Farm Insurance office of Greg Moan and Brush help you find the best policy to fit your life, home, auto, life, and health. State Farm Insurance is there for you and your family. Give Greg Moan a call, 842-4555. Gutierrez and the Bee Diggers lost 2 yards on that play, 2nd down and 12. That's the first time out Brush has taken in the game. So, again, a correction 2 plays ago. That was a 3rd and 1 out of 3rd and 5. And the Bee Diggers picked up that first down. So now, let's see what the Bee Diggers are talking about, trying to settle back in here for Brush. Coming up will be the 10th play of the drive. With 7:18 to go before halftime. When you're shopping for new appliances, shop the best appliance store in Fort Morgan. That's B&B Appliance, carrying a full and complete line of Whirlpool appliances, and they'll help you find your perfect fit. B&B Appliance in downtown Fort Morgan. 2nd down, 12 to go for the Bee Diggers at the 15-yard line. In the 3rd, Brush leading by a score of 21-0. Matos Garcia again under center. He'll turn, it'll hand it off to Gutierrez, running right, breaks out of a tackle in the backfield, and then dives to about the 12, maybe the 11. That could have been disastrous, but he danced his way out of trouble. And Draven Adami made the tackle. It's a gain of 4 to the 11 for Gutierrez, who's got 2 touchdowns today. And for Brush, 3rd and 8 to go at the 11. Again, 4-down territory. They'll have swallowed up nearly half of the 3rd quarter, even if they don't score, as we have 6:38 to go. Now Rosenbrock is under center. On 3rd down and 8. Rosenbrock, play action, looking to throw. Out to his right, the pass is caught underneath by Guzman, and now towards the right sideline, making a move. He's tackled at about the 6-yard line. So a pickup of 5 on the pass from Rosenbrock out to Guzman, his first reception. It'll be 4th down and 3 to go. Now it is a 4th down. And the Bee Diggers will be going for it with under 6 minutes to go in the 3rd and up by 3 scores. Matos Garcia under center. On 4th and 3 from the 6. Looked like there was movement. I think Lamar was offsides. Yep, they were offsides, and the Bee Diggers have done that to every opponent this season. They've had that quick count, or they've gone on 2. And the opposing defense has been pulled offsides on the first count. Now it's half the distance to the goal. I wonder if they have to measure here. They're going to give him the first down. 1st and goal for Brush. A big penalty against Lamar. Coming up is the 12th play of the drive. 1st and goal from the 3. Should be pretty simple here. Gutierrez has 2 touchdowns. Rosenbrock has 1. Will Rosenbrock get his 2nd touchdown? Matos Garcia with a long count this time. Well, hand it off to, no, he'll keep it, nope, he'll hand it off on the left side, and into the end zone is Mikey Gutierrez. Well executed fake. Gutierrez scores from 3 yards out on that sweep to the left. His 3rd touchdown of the game, and the Bee Diggers now lead 27-0. On only 13 carries for Gutierrez today. And they are taking it to the Savages. That was a 12-play drive. A masterful drive by the Bee Diggers. It took up 6 minutes and 33 seconds. Well, you execute those fakes, you minimize the number of players on defense that can make the play. Peterson to attempt the extra point. The snap is high. The kick is up. That kick is good. 5 minutes, 25 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. In Lamar, Brush 28, and Lamar nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Kyle Rosenbrock to kick it off. End over end, fielded at the 13-yard line, running straight to the 20, across the 25 to the 30. Pretty good return across the 30 to the 33-yard line. That looks like Beard out there, Evan Beard. Return of 20 yards before the hit is made by Conrad Cole and Arnoldo Matos Garcia. Mikey Gutierrez with his 3rd touchdown of the game. 3 yards out. The Bee Diggers now lead 28-0. 46 yards for Gutierrez, so not a huge game on the ground. But he does, on 13 carries, by the way, but does have those 3 scores. And 1st and 10 for Lamar at their own 33-yard line. With 5:18 to go, the Beat Diggers took up over 6 minutes of game time there. And there's the give on the right side. That's the fullback Hicks. He's going nowhere. He will not be tackled, but he's not going to advance past the line of scrimmage. Mikey Gutierrez with an outstanding penetration. Remember, 96 yards of the break total for this Lamar team. And the Beat Diggers are holding them in check right now. 2nd down and 10 to go from the 33. And no receivers in on this play. You'd have to assume it's going to be another run. And Adami will hand it off to the D-back. Sneller, he's got a yard, maybe 2. Rush right there. Joe Carwin at the 35 to make the play. 3rd down and 8 to go for Lamar. The Beat Diggers are having little trouble defending this offense. Only on one drive when they threw it 3 consecutive times and completed those passes. With 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter, Brush leads 28-0 on 3rd down and 8. Lamar from their own 35-yard line. 3 in the backfield. And Adami's back to throw, rolling right, throws underneath, the pass is caught. That's going to be a 1st down to the 45. Braden Forney makes the catch. Cameron Alexander with a tackle. And it's a gain of 10. It's Forney's 3rd reception of the game. And Adami's now thrown for 76 yards. He's completed 6 of the 8 passes. That's why I'm not sure why Lamar hasn't thrown the football more. They've been successful when they've thrown it for the most part, but yet they're running the ball a lot more often, even though they're down 28-0. 1st and 10 from the 45. In a shotgun is Draven Adami. Gets the snap. He will keep it himself. Run to his left. Swing it to the outside. And Matos Garcia is going to throw him down for a loss. At the 42-yard line. Baby stayed right with him. Matos Garcia stayed in his lane. Played assignment football, and it's a loss of 3. 2nd down and 13 to go for the Savages. An outstanding read there by Arnoldo Matos Garcia Jr. Because he was one of 2 Beat Diggers out there, but the second Beat Digger didn't need to join in once Baby made the play. With under 3 minutes to go in the 3rd, 2nd down and 13 for Lamar at their own 42-yard line. Adami is going to hand it off on the counter to Sneller, cutting it back towards the middle. He dives to the 44-yard line before he's hit by Clay Shaver, Mikey Gutierrez, and Baby Matos Garcia. Sneller with a gain of 2. 3rd down and 11 to go. Sneller has 5 carries in the game for 6 yards. Brush has done a nice job of neutralizing him. Lamar's potent ground game has been held in check. 3rd down and 11 to go for Lamar at their own 44-yard line. The Beat Diggers have 4 rushing touchdowns in the game, 3 from Gutierrez and 1 from Rosenbrock. Adami is back to throw, sets up, throws to the right, complete at the 45-yard line. Hicks is down at the 50. Kyle Rosenbrock made the tackle. And that game will go for 6 yards. I mean, he's completing a lot of these passes. 82 yards passing. Is it going to be automatic now for Lamar? They've got nothing to lose besides the game because it's 28-0 with 1:42 to go in the 3rd. Will they just go for it and take the risk of shortening the field if they don't make the 1st down? That's what's going to happen. 4th down and 6 to go. From midfield, Salisbury's the receiver to the left. Adami in a shotgun on 4th down from midfield and 6 to go. Has the football. Adami is going to keep it himself. Run to his right. Forget it. Thrown down by Gutierrez at the 47 and a loss of 3. And Mikey G has been, I think, more effective on defense than he's been on offense. Outstanding read by Mikey Gutierrez, and Brush takes over at the Lamar 47-yard line. Outstanding field position for Brush. With 1:16 to go in the third, this will only be the second possession of the second half for Brush, and obviously the third combined. And there's a stoppage in play. One of the Beat Diggers took a timeout, and looking up at the board, no, I don't think there's a timeout assigned to Brush. They took one earlier in this half. But Brush still has 2 remaining. Lamar has 3. And I didn't see the signal of a timeout, but rarely do you see players go to each sideline without a timeout being taken, unless they're doing it for the purposes of the heat out there. It is in the 80s, 85 degrees at kickoff, but no timeout signal. So nonetheless, the Beat Diggers will have the football at the 47-yard line of Lamar. 1st and 10 to go, leading by 28. And Brush's defense today has been outstanding. A different type of offense they faced this week as opposed to last week. Last week it was that spread offense of Glenwood Springs, engineered by quarterback Dante Sparaco. And this week it's a run-oriented offense with everybody bunched in tight. More like a 2 tight end set. Maltos Garcia is under center. On 1st and 10 for the 47. Shavers in motion to the right. And there is the pitch right to Conrad Cole to the 45-yard line, runs behind a blocker, spins out of a tackle inside the 45, and then he's driven back at the 44-yard line. Salisbury made the play along with Corey Burton. And the gain is 3 on Cole's first carry of the game. Check that as second. 2nd down. And 7 to go for the Beat Diggers at the Lamar 44. This should be the final play of quarter number 3. Guzman, the receiver, to the right. Alexander to the left. Maltos Garcia once again under center. In motion to the left is Clay Shaver. And there's the handoff to Gutierrez right up the gut. And nothing doing there. Maybe a couple of yards. Couple of yards to the 42. And that'll be the final play of the third quarter. With the score, Brush 28, Lamar nothing. You're listening to Brush Beat Digger Football on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 1 quarter of football to go for Lamar. The Beat Diggers' #1 ranking will be secure as they lead Lamar 28-0. Have a 3rd down and 5 for the Lamar 42-yard line. And the heat has not affected the Beat Diggers. Coach Dreitz was a little bit worried about that well before the game. In fact, much earlier this week. But the Beat Diggers are in prime condition right now. Coronado, the receiver, to the left. Peterson to the right. Maltos Garcia under center. On 3rd down and 5 for the Lamar 42. And Beat Digger jumped offside. That's the only issue here the Beat Diggers have had. That's their 6th penalty of 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 10 to go for Brush. Now that opens up different possibilities. Let's see if they go with something different. They certainly do. At least Kyle Rosenbrock will now be under center. On 3rd down and 10 for the Lamar 47. Rosenbrock is back to throw, looking, setting up, throwing deep over the middle. That's incomplete. I don't know if Coronado rang the wrong pattern. Nowhere close to the offender at the 22-yard line. And you figure if you're the Beat Diggers, just punt it away and be fine from there. Let's see what they're going to do. They've been known to go for it in certain situations. And this is one of them. Wow. With a 28-point lead, 4th and 10. Now Rosenbrock in the backfield, and now Randy Dreitz calls a timeout. Lots of confusion there with the personnel. 11:55 to go, 4th quarter. Brush 28, Lamar nothing. This timeout brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. You are listening to 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Bee Diggers go for it on a 4th down, and it's a first down carry, and breaking tackles into the secondary is Mikey Gutierrez inside the 25 to the 20, and a 4th and 10 for the 20, for the 47, that is. It's a gain of 27, and a first down for Brush. Wow. What a play there by the Bee Diggers as Gutierrez picks up the first down, and the drive continues for the Bee Diggers. On a 4th and 10, a handoff. That was the same play the Bee Diggers scored their final touchdown on last week. In case you want to envision it, and you were at the game against Glenwood Springs. A 4th and 10, just a handoff right up the gut, and Gutierrez nearly went all the way, but he picked up 27. Matos Garcia under center, 1st and 10 with a football at the 20-yard line of Lamar. Shavers in motion to the left. Matos Garcia hands it off to Rosenbrock at the 15, back to the middle, and he dives to about the 10. That's going to be a 1st and goal for Brush. The hit was made by Tanner Christ. Rosenbrock now with 168 yards on 17 carries and 1 touchdown. 6th play of the drive coming up for the Bee Diggers. Nobody would have thought that they'd be close to nearly run clocking this team. At the 10, Matos Garcia hands it off to Rosenbrock, running off left tackle inside the 5-yard line, and he lunges towards the 1. Not sure he got that far. Might only give him the 2. A gain of 8. Adame in on the hit, along with Christopher Maggart. Rosenbrock now up to 176 yards. Completely dominating this Lamar defense is that Bee Digger offensive line as well. 2nd down and goal from the 2. Rosenbrock is out. It's either going to go to Cole or Gutierrez. Handoff. Gutierrez right side. Touchdown from 2 yards out. And Mikey Gutierrez scores his 4th touchdown of the game. Brush leads Lamar 34-0. Wow. That culminates a 7-play drive. And the Bee Diggers did that in 3 minutes and 14 seconds after they stopped Lamar. Rosenbrock scored 5 last week, and now Mikey G has countered with 4 this week. Now the extra point to be attempted by Jaron Peterson. The snap by Matos Garcia, or 2 Matos Garcias there. The kick is up, and that's good. Oh, yeah, barely off the right upright. I almost called that prematurely. 10 minutes, 2 seconds to go in the game. It's Brush 35, Lamar nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Bee Diggers lead the Savages 35-0 in Lamar. John Beltran back with you. Kyle Rosenbrock to kick it off after Mikey Gutierrez's 2-yard run. Short kick. It's dropped there by Salisbury. Picked up at the 16, running to his left. And he breaks out of a tackle at the 17-yard line. Down at the 19, though. The Bee Diggers converge to make the tackle. Then there's a late hit. Something late might be against the Bee Diggers. The tackle was made by Tristan Volk. And now let's see if this is against Brush. Personal foul, yep, against the Bee Diggers. So now good field position for Lamar. Not great, but they won't be inside their 20-yard line. They'll be beyond the 30-yard line with 9:53 to go in the game. Once again for the Bee Diggers. 7 plays, 47 yards in 3 minutes and 14 seconds. Football will be at the 33. 7 penalties unofficially now for Brush for 45 yards. Well, if you're Lamar, do you just run your normal offense, or do you start passing to try and get a score in this game? Because the game is no longer winnable. Adami's out of his shotgun. A receiver split to the right. If the Bee Diggers score another touchdown, the game will go to a running clock. Adame this time will hand it off to Hicks. Off right tackle. It dives across the 35 to the 36. He's able to gain 4 yards and Rosenbrock makes the tackle. It's a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7 for the Savages. And for Kyle Hicks, he has 7 carries in the game for 19 yards. That's how good the Brush defense has been. And even better so far in the second half than they were in the first half. The Bee-Diggers led at halftime 21-0. A bank that is committed to their community and keeping banking simple, Morgan Federal Bank. Right there on Ensign in Fort Morgan. That's Morgan Federal Bank. 2nd down. There's the give right up the middle. Big hole and a 1st down across the 45 to the 50, inside the 50 to the 49-yard line. One of the bigger gains of the day. That's Kyle Hicks, the fullback. And he's able to pick up 15 yards before Conrad Cole makes the hit. That's certainly one of the better plays of the day for Lamar. 1st and 10 from the Bee-Digger 49. 8:55 to go. Bee-Diggers up by 35. Deep drop for Adami. Heaves it up the left side, and that is going to be incomplete. Great coverage there by Alexander at the 17-yard line. Intended for Salisbury. A rare incompletion, only the 3rd and 10 attempts by Draven Adami, who's shown some proficiency in the passing game. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 to go for Lamar. Your one-stop center for home improvement projects, Ackley Building Center, 1402 Mill Street in Brush, for flooring, paint, tools, appliances, and more. That is Ackley Building Center. 2nd down and 10 for the 49. Soto's in motion to the right. Adami out of his shotgun. Now we've got a flag. That should be against the Savages. I think there was forward movement before the snap of the football. That'll put them on their own side of the field. And the environment on this side just really becomes subdued and fairly dead. Well understood, the Bee-Diggers have dominated since the opening quarter. And anytime Lamar gets a threat, the Bee-Diggers thwart that threat. 2nd and 15 from their own 46-yard line. 8:49 to go in the game. 4 touchdowns from Gutierrez, 1 from Rosenbrock. Adami's back to throw. A 10-step drop, steps up in the pocket, rolls to his right. He'll run out of trouble to the 50-yard line, back to his left, inside the 45 to the 44. Kyle Rosenbrock made the tackle. But a pretty sizable gain as they get some of that back for Adami. And it'll be a 3rd down and 5 situation, a 10-yard pickup for Adami. 5th play of the drive coming up from the Bee-Digger 44. Undoubtedly 4-down territory for Lamar. Salisbury once again is the receiver to the left, but not necessarily a passing situation. Soto in motion to the right, and Adami will hand it off to Hicks looking for a hole. He's got one, and he bulls his way to the 40-yard line, then is driven back by Rosenbrock. And also getting up, Jose Rodriguez. It's a gain of 4 for Kyle Hicks, 4th and 1. And Lamar obviously will go for it on 4th down. Aaron Williams was in the game momentarily. He checks out in favor of Alec Peterson. Oh, this is Lamar's second best chance. They were in the red zone late in the opening half. 4th and 1 from the Bee-Digger 40. Awaiting the snap is Adami. Has the football. Hand off to Hicks. He's hit in the backfield. Not going to get it. Kyle Rosenbrock makes the play at the 42, a loss of 2. And the Bee-Diggers will reclaim possession of the football after Hicks was stopped on a 4th and 1. Brush will have it at their own 41. There was a little bit of forward momentum. Well, the Bee-Diggers might be able to secure the shutout. They had one in the second game of the season, beating Weld Central 55-0. And now the Bee-Diggers take a timeout, brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. With the score, Brush 35, Lamar nothing. This is 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. I don't know the Bee Diggers can play any better. They lead Lamar 35-0 on the road, and this team is ranked 6th in 2A. The Bee Diggers have the football. 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line after Kyle Hicks was stopped at a 4th and 1. Rosenbrock might be sitting the remainder of the game. Arnoldo Matos Garcia is under center. Cole and Gutierrez in the backfield. In motion to the left is Shaver. On 1st down, the handoff to Gutierrez up the middle to the 45-yard line, and he finds a seam to the 49, picks up 8 yards in the play. Draven Adame made the tackle. Let's see, totaling up Gutierrez's yards. He's up to 82 on 16 carries, so he's picked it up quite a bit, along with those 4 touchdowns. 2nd down and 2 from the 49-yard line. Matos Garcia will hand it off on the counter to Cole across the 50. 1st down with a stiff arm to the 45-yard line. Then he's thrown down back at the 46, and I don't know why they don't give him more forward momentum, but it really doesn't matter in terms of the game result. It'll be a gain of 5 for Conrad Cole and a Bee Digger 1st down. And he stayed in bounds as the clock continues to roll. On 1st and 10 from the Lamar 46-yard line. Matos Garcia waits the snap. He's got the football, hands off to Gutierrez, left side across the 45, breaking out of a tackle at the 41, near a 1st down at the 36, maybe just shy of the stick. Before Salisbury makes the hit. 1 yard short of a 1st down for Gutierrez. 2nd down and 1 to go, just inside the 37. Yeah, it appears that Rosenbrock is done for the game. From the 37-yard line, with the Bee Diggers up 35-0 with 5:43 to go. Matos Garcia on 2nd and 1 with Shaver in motion to the right. Will hand it off on the right side to Cole. 1st down inside the 30. Breaks out of an ankle tackle, still on his feet to the 23-yard line. Hard running there by Clay Shaver. Checked it by Conrad Cole, excuse me. And just easy picking there. Gain of 12 for Conrad Cole. Give him 14 yards officially on that carry. 1st and 10 for the 23. Cole now on 5 carries has gained 24 yards unofficially. From the 23, still have 5:12 to go in the game. Brush up 35-0. Again, split in the backfield are Gutierrez and Cole. In motion to the left is Shaver, and the Bee Digger moved on the right side. Now 8 penalties for 50 yards. And Randy Dreitz, it doesn't matter if they're up by 100. He's not going to be happy about penalties like that. That'll be 1st and 15. Because once you get to the playoffs, regardless of who you play, mistakes can cost you, especially in close games, of which the Bee Diggers have not had one this year. This is 10-10 KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan, Greeley. It is 1st down and 15 from the 28. Shaver's in motion to the left. Matos Garcia pitches left to Cole, running behind the block of Shaver on the outside of the 25 to the 20. Stops and is tackled as he tried to cut it back to the inside. But a solid gain of close to 8 yards for Clay Shaver. Or for Conrad Cole. I don't know why I keep saying that. Shaver with a block. He's responsible for part of that yardage. So Cole with 22 yards on his last 2 carries. 2nd down and 7 to go for the 20-yard line. Now we're under 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go, 4th quarter. And the Bee Diggers have not completed a single pass. In fact, they've thrown it only once in this half. Twice, in fact. On 2nd down and 7. Matos Garcia hands it off to Gutierrez, running left side, back to the middle to the 15, still on his feet to the 10. 1st and goal, Mikey G to the 9, a gain of 11 for Mikey Gutierrez. now at 102 yards in the game. Draven Adami made the hit and put Gutierrez on the turf. Will he match Rosenbrock's 5-touchdown total from a week ago? The B-Diggers will have that opportunity with 3:43 to go. And first and goal from the 9. Maltos Garcia will send Shaver in motion to the right. There's the handoff to Gutierrez up the middle. He's got a couple of yards, and that's about it. To the 7. Right there, the middle of that Lamar defensive line, which included Cesar Delgado. I haven't called his name much today, excuse me. Oh, they'll give him the 6-yard line. For Gutierrez, second down and goal. With the ball just shy of the 6th. And again, same backfield, Cole and Gutierrez. Maltos Garcia will turn. He'll hand it off to Cole on the counter, running right. Swings it to the outside. He's going to be tackled for a loss. And that was Salisbury throwing him down at the 8-yard line. Cole loses 2. Yeah, didn't have that seam. Good idea, but it wasn't to be. And Brush just chewed up clock. Taking up nearly 5 minutes. And they'll run at least one more play, maybe 2. Third and goal from the 8-yard line. Let's see if Maltos Garcia will bootleg it. And he will, running to his left, looking for a block from Barraza to the outside of the 5, and Maltos Garcia's in as he dives for the pylon. Maltos Garcia scores, but there's a flag down at the 1. Let's see if that's against Brush. Holding against Brush. Yes, it's not going to count. That flag was down at the 1. Oh, it's too bad. It's going to be stepped off for the 1-yard line. And the B-Diggers should have the ball at the 11. At the 12 instead. So I guess they marked it off for the 2. Oh, Brush will try this again. With 2:11 to go. Third and goal for the 12. More than likely, can't bootleg it 2 times in a row. Lining up along the left hash mark. With a back split, Gutierrez and Cole. Back to throw is Maltos Garcia rolling, throwing underneath. The pass is caught by Cole at the 10. He's in for a touchdown! Conrad Cole from 12 yards out on the pass from baby Maltos Garcia. And the B-Diggers now lead by a score of 41-0. And the clock is stopped, but it should go to a running clock. That should be a running clock. And the official is signaling it. There you go. A 10-play drive covering 59 yards in 5 minutes and 12 seconds for the B-Diggers. I don't know if they'll get the ensuing kickoff. The kick is up by Peterson. And that one is good. It's now 42-0. The clock is running. Let's just keep it right here, because the kickoff could be the final play of the game. And that would be it, because the only thing that Lamar can do is call a timeout to stop the clock now that it's greater than a 40-point margin. What a great play call there on third and goal from the 12. And Conrad Cole on that pass from Arnoldo Maltos Garcia. And he's played excellent quarterback today, by the way. All right, so stepping on the field now are both teams for ensuing kickoff. But this is probably going to be it, because now the clock reads 44 seconds to go. Yeah, Lamar would have to call time in order to get a play off. And I don't think they're in any hurry to do that. And to kick it off will be Alec Peterson. He's going to boot the football with about 25 seconds to go. It's high and very short, fielded at the 25, across the 30 to the 40-yard line, and tackled at the 41 for a return of 16 yards is Christian Nischberg. And that should be it, as the tackle was made by Brush's Edgar Rojas. And that's it. The Brush Bee Diggers have come to Lamar and defeated the Savages 42-0. Let's take a break, and we'll come back with a recap on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Bee Digger post-game show is brought to you by Mr. D's Ace Farm and Home Center in Sterling Brush and Fort Morgan. Mr. D's Ace Farm and Home Center is your farm and ranch headquarters for all your farm and ranch supplies, and they carry feed for all your animals and pets. Mr. D's Ace Farm and Home Center. The Brush Bee Diggers defeat the Lamar Savages 42-0 in Lamar. Let's run through the scoring in what was a very impressive performance by the Bee Diggers. Obviously this afternoon, Alec Peterson recovered an early fumble, and 6 plays, 79 yards later, in 3 minutes and 33 seconds, Mikey Gutierrez scores from 3 yards out. It's 7-0 on Brush's next drive early in the second quarter. A 6-play, 63-yard march in 2 minutes and 3 seconds. Rosenbrock from 10 yards out, and it's a 14-0 lead. Then, as the game ventured later into the second quarter, the Bee Diggers started from their own 26, and 5 plays and 74 yards later, in 2 minutes and 10 seconds, Mikey G scores his second TD from 12 yards out this time. It was 21-0. That was the halftime score. And then Brush took all the wind out of the sails, I should say, just not the sails themselves, the wind out of the sails, as the Bee Diggers went on a 12-play drive to start the third quarter. 60 yards in 6 minutes and 33 seconds. Gutierrez from 3 yards away made it 28-0. Then he would score his 4th touchdown of the game early in the fourth quarter. A 7-play, 47-yard drive in 3 minutes and 14 ticks. Gutierrez from 2 yards out made it 35-0. And then Brush again on a time-consuming drive. 10 plays, 59 yards in 5 minutes and 12 seconds. As Conrad Cole caught a 12-yard pass from Manolo Matos Garcia. PAT was good, as Jaron Peterson was 6 for 6 today, even though a couple went off the upright. And the Bee Diggers won by a score of 42-0. All right, now let's look at the individual numbers, where Brush was able to pick up 390 total yards in a game. Kyle Rosenbrock had 18 carries for 176 yards. Mikey Gutierrez went 19 carries in the game. And Mikey G had 106 yards. Matos Garcia 2 for 8, and Conrad Cole had 7 carries in the game. And Cole today with 30 yards on those 7 carries, had that one receiving touchdown we just talked about. And through the air, Rosenbrock completed 4 passes, and completed those passes for a total of 52 yards, 4 out of 9. And Matos Garcia 1 out of 1. Of course, we mentioned Cole's catch. Guzman had a 6-yarder. Alexander from 7. The big catch of the day, besides Peterson's 11-yarder, was Zeke Coronado, his catch from 29 yards away. As for Lamar, they had 96 yards by halftime and finished with 140. Only 44 yards in the second half of play. Draven Adami had 10 carries for only, I believe that's 17 yards in the game. He had quite a few losses. Let's clarify that real quickly before we go off here. He had 10 carries for 17 yards. Kenneth Soto, 3 for -1. Kyle Hicks had 10 carries for 36 yards and a fumble. Hunter Sneller, 5 carries for 6 yards. And Draven Adami through the air actually had some success, throwing for 82 yards. He was 7 out of 10, 82 yards. His leading receiver was Braden Forney, 3 catches for 56 yards, as Lamar drops to 3-1, and the Bee Diggers improve to 4-0 with this very convincing 42-0 victory in Lamar over the Savages. Keep in mind, the Bee Diggers back on the road as Patriot League play continues a week from today. Actually, a week from yesterday. They'll be in Gilchrist against the Valley Vikings. Bee Digger blast off at 6 o'clock with kickoff at 7 o'clock. And game replay to follow right here on 1010 as well as KSIR.com. Keep in mind, you can always follow us on Facebook at 1010 KSIR Sports, our Twitter handle at KSIR Sports, and with the video that we shot today on our KSIR B106 channel on YouTube. The studio coordinator has been Alan Lanz. Sound engineer and producer has been Rose Condas. I'm John Beltran with a final score. The Brush Bee Diggers with a convincing victory, improving to 4-0 today as they demolished the Savages in Lamar 42-0. right here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.